All right. Yeah, 3, 2, 1, and go. Uh huh. Yeah, yeah. You heard? Hey, yo. Hey, listen. We up in here. All right. Hey, the beat you hear right now. Beat you hear right now is a DMX. Get at me, dog. All right. It's DMX, man. Very powerful. Very strong dude. I got to brush the beard a little bit. You know what I mean? Welcome back. Another day, another news topic. You heard? We'll get right to it. There you go. Hey, look. Again, welcome back. I.S.C.S.D.R. Independent Sovereign City State Democratic Republic here, giving it to you real, live, direct. Okay? We don't play no games. Makes sense? I don't play no games. All right? Again, this project is for my ability to be able to take what I've learned, regurgitate it, to the point where, hey, you know, if I want to be a public speaker, I want to be some sort of I don't know, some sort of an entity that tells people what's going on in the world, or finds things out and then regurgitates that information to those who's watching. I can do that. All right, let me adjust the camera a little bit. Sorry. Okay, my bad about this. This is very unprofessional. All right, there we go. Okay, so look. Again, here at the Independent Sovereign City State of the Democratic Republic, we give you 3 topics for review. Okay, 3. Looking at politics, political, social, and scientific. Okay, political, social, scientific. These 3 topics here. All right. We're gonna get right into it. All right, very good stuff. So I'm gonna start you off with dang, these are all very good topics. I'm gonna start you off with science. All right, maybe kind of boring. I'm gonna start you off with science. All right. So previously unknown bacteria are discovered on the space station. All right, or the ISS, and it could help grow plants. Um, what happened is bacteria has been found on the space station. If you don't know what, I mean, you should know what bacteria is, but if you don't know anything about the space station, what they do to feed themselves is they will grow food. So they'll be growing plants, or at least attempting to grow plants and things like that in order to get vegetation or to eat fruit, veggies, stuff like that on the space station. Okay, so what they're finding is when they're growing these plants, there is bacteria, obviously, that is popping up. Bacteria is inside of every living thing to help it grow and to help it prevent other stuff from killing its growth, if that makes sense. Okay, so there are good bacteria. There's bad bacteria and there's good bacteria. All right, this is supposedly good bacteria. So the bacteria they found is methyl based, meaning it's methylobacterium, meaning that its strain can grow based off of methylone, things like that. Let me take a look real quick. The scientific. This is microbiology. Okay, I'm not a huge buff of microbiology, but regardless, this is a new strain. Okay, it's a new strain that they found. It's identical to another strain on Earth. It's an IS strain of bacteria, ISS. But again, it's grown in space. This isn't grown on Earth. It's grown in space. So what happened is they find mold, essentially mold. It looks like a moldy substance. Okay, if things are growing right above where it's growing, something is furry and colored looking. They're like, man, what is this? It's a bacteria. You're gonna scrape that off. They're gonna identify by putting in a machine that specifically looks for its RNA and its strain and what it's made out of, like elements, nitrogens, things like that. That is made out of, and identifies and say, hey, this is a bacteria. That's how they identify it. All right, through that machine. After that, then they put it through a threshold All right, or what, for lack of better words, they compare it to other bacteria that they have already. And when I say they, I mean microbiologists, specifically University of California microbiology, one of these Southern California microbiology is taking this and compared with other strains they observed. These are new strains that we found, okay, in space. Why it's so important is because they're saying that it will help plant growth overall, a new strain of bacteria. So, um, yeah, man, that's I mean, it's interesting stuff for sure. We'll get back to that, but it's definitely something that needs to be looked out for. All right, if you know anything about what we're doing and where we're going, if you know anything about the human mind in general, psychology a little bit, sociology a little bit, every time we find something new or figure out something, the human always wants to try to emulate it or improve it on its own terms instead of naturally letting it do what it does. All right. So, case in point, we find bacteria in space and we want to immediately try to apply it to something that we're already naturally doing. All right. So, we're taking alien bacteria and putting it in earth plants or recreating another plant that we can put on earth. Okay, not knowing what that would do to our environment. Yeah, we don't know. This is getting a lot like science fiction, honestly. Second, we're going to a social document. All right, very strong one. I might spend some time on this. Cancel culture is out of control. Cancel culture is out of control. It's the headlines here. That's the headline. This is New York Post. Okay, that's all fake news. All right. If you don't know what cancel culture is, it's basically ostracism. Okay, if you don't know what ostracism is, it's the ability to banish someone out of popular vote. So, for example, I have a group of friends. It's 5 friends. Four of these friends say that rape is bad. One friend says rape is good. We're gonna immediately ban you. We could have been friends for 20 years. We could have been friends for 20 years, and that was one thing that you never, or that was one thing that you changed your mind on. Maybe in the past 3 years, and you never told us. Maybe you agreed with us at one point. All right, that rape was bad, but then I don't know, something happened in your life where now you feel like rape is good, or whatever, and we will ban you from our group just based off of that premises, even when we've known each other for 20 years. I've been to your mom's house. I've helped your brother get through his exams. You see what I'm saying? All these things that we've done, and I would immediately ostracize you or immediately cut you out of the whole group because of that. Now that's an extreme example. Rape is obviously an extreme example, but what cancel culture, so I'll do a better example. What cancel culture is saying is that if you disagree, if you're saying, hey, I think that soda is bad, and I say soda is good, you see what I'm saying? You immediately cut me out of all friendship that we have because I think soda is good, and I'm solid on that. Every time I come around you, I'm drinking soda. Every time I'm in a living room or in a restaurant with you, I order soda and you order water, and you're like, man, that irks the hell out of me, and I'm cutting you off. I'm canceling you. I would never ever be friends with you ever again off of soda. Now, the article here claims that Generation X needs to handle this. The older generation, I believe that's my parents. No, these are 80s babies. So late 70s, 80s babies. So we're looking at like my older brother should be handling this, saying, hey, you can't cancel people. But then again, their generation, the boomers are the ones that started this. I'm going to just be real. The boomers are the one that started this. All right, they're parenting type. All right, the parenting style they have is very dictator like. All right, I forgot exactly what it's called, but it's very demanding. All right, and it's very no nonsense type of shit. Okay, all type of stuff. Sorry. And what that does is it creates a no nonsense child and a no nonsense society. All right, so when you have someone come in and say, "Hey, I don't agree with you," or I like the color blue, and you say blue is just a horrible, wretched color. My parents would say, "Hey, get out my house, or I'm whooping your ass until you behave." It's the same instance in society. We can't necessarily whoop someone's ass because we don't want to go to jail. So instead, we just cut them off. You see what I'm saying? Over something as simple as a color. All right. Now, obviously, again, cancel culture does not wrap around things that are an understood. All right, illegal understood and illegals. All right, law, for example. Okay, so if you like to murder people, you're not going to be in a good group of people. But likewise, cancel culture also doesn't inhabit what the 80s, what the and the reason why they say Generation S is because the 80s did not have this. They didn't believe in blacklisting people. They didn't believe that. All right. If you were a murderer, if you were somebody that killed someone, all right. If we grew up in the same neighborhood, all right, and I'm 5, you're 5, and we grew up together, and I've seen you. I'm not necessarily a friend, but you're a neighbor, all right. And then we grow up with like 20 something, and you have killed someone, and you're sitting 2 blocks down the street. In the 80s, it's no snitching. Don't tell nobody about it. Don't talk to them about it. Just don't come over here with that crap. You see what I'm saying? Instead, in this generation here, or in newer generations as time is going by, people will go out of their way to to tell on this person, to say, hey, this person killed someone, regardless of what happened. This person could have killed someone because they killed their wife and they got revenge and killed somebody, and now this person going to jail for life because you snitched, because you being nosy. All right, possibly out of fear. Oh, they're gonna kill me next. Yeah. I mean, y'all grew up with it. You don't even associate with them. You see what I'm saying? So, and I think that's just an excuse. So that and the victiming portion of it is where I assert myself and I immediately become a victim for asserting myself. Okay, that's another tactic of the cancel culture thing. So, um, look, I don't know who's supposed to solve this per se. I don't know who's supposed to solve this per se. I'm not sure if it's actually a problem. I know that things can get out of hand for sure. Anything that is implemented and it's overused can get out of hand. And I think, honestly, well, my personal opinion, I think humans are meant to mind their own damn business. Okay, real talk. I think humans are meant to mind their own business. So again, if if I think rape is good and someone else thinks rape is bad, mind your business. All right, just don't come around me. All right, I'll mess up and I'll let the authorities handle whatever they handle. All right, or if I think that if I hate public school, all right, and you think public school is the best and you keep going to public school and I'm about to go to private school, I'm not going to cancel you as a friend or as a person because I'm going to private school and you choose to go to public school. I'm not going to say that this dude's going to grow up and be dumb for the rest of his life because he's choosing to go to public school and I went to private school. That's what a cancel culture is. Okay? Instead, I'm going to accept the differences and say, okay, this person's going to public school. They have a different outlook than I do. And I'm going to genuinely appreciate the fact that humans socially are meant to be social. All right. Are inherently good. What I'm trying to say are inherently good. And this is just we all know this. It's not a study that's done on humans. It's a lot of ethics. But me personally, I believe we're inherently good. We're meant to be social. We're meant to get along with each other. Okay, we're meant to partner together. So what that means is even if you have a difference, okay, if I have not done anything wrong to you, leave each other alone. You see what I'm saying? If I have not wronged you, or if I don't even have any ties to you, all right. If we're just neighbors, and and you are choosing to ride around in a Mustang, and I'm choosing to have an electric vehicle, hey, leave this person alone. The powers that be are going to adjust him, not you. You see what I'm saying? You're not going to adjust this person's car. All right, the powers that be will. If the world decides to go electric, it will go electric, and he will have to give up that car, or there'll be taxations put in place from the powers that be. You don't argue with that person. You argue with the powers that be. Y'all are doing a lot right now. So, again, I spent a lot of time on this topic, but I say that because a lot of positions of power are being canceled, and some for good reason. All right, and it's a double-edged sword. This thing, cancel culture, is a double-edged sword. Some do it. Ostracizing is good when you're dealing with someone that is out of control. All right. Some don't do it. It is bad when you're dealing with petty nonsense. Okay, petty stuff. If you don't know what petty crimes are, you can look them up in a legal book and look up petty crimes. You can see that, okay, just because I stole candy from a shop doesn't mean I need to be canceled. All right, or just because I stole candy from a shop when I was 5, and now I feel like I want to be the CEO of a candy store. I can't be a CEO of a candy store because I stole candy when I was 5, and it proves that I'm probably gonna steal all the candy. And this, no, it doesn't. It does not. Okay. All right. Third, this is a political document. I think this is funny actually, but but it's really not. I think it's funny in a sarcastic way. All right, but it's really not. So Biden is under pressure to tap fewer political ambassadors than Trump or Obama. Okay. So what this means is when a new president comes into office, there are new ambassadors that are put in place. Ambassadors are people that go overseas and that speak on behalf of America, or that conduct business on behalf of America in another country. Okay. There are about, not sure how many ambassadors there are. Let me take a look at this real quick. Okay, well, as I'm looking through this, there's like an ambassador or two for every country in the world, um, and also for organizations. So it's really not, yeah, it's really not easy to count this. I would say thousands. Let me take a look. Yeah, real not easy to count it. It's yeah, yeah. There's different labels and things like that for them as well, but it's about a good thousand, 1 or 2 ambassadors for every country. I'm talking about Slovakia, Cuba, Portugal, whatever. All right, but the purpose of these guys or girls is to again is to communicate on the U.S.'s behalf. So if Chile has an issue with the U.S., instead of them calling the president or the capital, they go to the U.S. ambassador in Chile, and this person handles the issues that Chile has, or gets in contact with people that they need to in order to get that handled for Chile. All right. It's a genius business move, and it's lightweight, still an empire. All right. If I have my lords and kings still going to places to make sure everybody's okay, secret, spy stuff. Honestly, ambassadors have been killed before, which I can assume. A U.S. ambassador say something sideways and they get killed, and the U.S. is like, "Oops, shit." You see what I'm saying? Usually starting a war or maybe some sort of a political battle. But the point here is that Trump has put in a lot of foreign ambassadors. Some presidents, what they do with ambassadors is they make you an ambassador based off your career, preferred. Okay, so if you're already a political person in power and you have done some foreign work somewhere, they'll say, "Oh yeah, man, you look like you'll be a great ambassador." Others are being promoted to ambassador just because of who they know and how much money they have. All right. So, for example, here is saying Trump has placed 44% of his ambassadors as the people that directly funded his campaign. So you're running for president. Again, I put this in layman terms. I'm running for president. All right. I got one person that donates $400 million to my presidency campaign to get me into president. I become president. That person is now obligated to be my ambassador, foreign ambassador, send him wherever. He ain't even have experience. He just got money. He just know people. He don't even have experience in dealing with politics or communicating with other people outside of America. You see what I'm saying? Now, what's funny about it, and what I think is funny about it, is that these people are requesting to go to places like France, like Paris, or like Spain. These nice highfalutin places. Hawaii, not Hawaii, sorry. Cuba, or freaking Thailand, some islands in the Philippines. You see what I'm saying? They want to go to these nice places. All right. Which is wild because, again, just because I funded your presidency, I immediately get a free vacation. I'm on salary. I'm put on salary to live here. I'm in a house that's paid for by the feds. I have transportation paid for by the feds. You see what I'm saying? And all I do is just live here in some highfalutin area in the middle of Spain or in Paris, France. I'm sitting here chilling and waiting for people to come to me or for me to just make meetings every now and then. It's a good life. It's a good life. The only thing is your danger level, but again, you have security in place, if that makes sense. Okay? It's a very good life. All right. So Biden is put under the microscope to say, hey, are you gonna keep putting in people that just have money and that have a well-to-do social environment, or are you gonna put in people that have experience, military people, or state department, people that are part of the State Department or something like that, man? You see what I'm saying? So far, Biden has only listed one ambassador, Linda Thomas Greenfield, a former State Department official ambassador to the United Nations. So, yeah, he's only named one. Okay. And we'll see what happens. All right. We'll see what he does here. It sends a message to foreign countries, okay, to say, hey, look, I sent most of my friends over here as opposed to actual political diplomats. Okay, people that know what they're talking about. I just sent my friends over. It shows that you're just a, either a crony, somebody that just puts in their goons to places, or you're a professional, political professional, meaning you put people who are in that career. All right, and you did your work. Okay, so I'm just gonna recap here off of these 3 documents here. Hey, look, finding bacteria isolated from the International Space Station. All right. Again, and I said this in the last video. Any study that humans do, most of the reason why is to be able to control whatever we have studied. Okay. Case in point. All right. With here, it's saying that we have found bacteria in outer space, and the immediate thing we want to do is use that bacteria to help the growth of plant life on Earth. Alien bacteria to help Earth-like plants instead of using Earth-like bacteria to help Earth-like plants. Make sense? So we'll see what that does. All right. Likewise, he introduced that new bacteria. If you don't know anything about bacteria grow a hell of a lot, really fast. All right, they're not as diverse in growth. They're all the same. If I'm bacteria here, I'm going to grow and it's going to be the same bacteria, right? But they grow hella fast. So if you introduce that to Earth, it gets out, we're going to have a new bacteria strain here, alien bacteria strain. That may do whatever it does. I don't know what it does, but we'll find out. Okay. Second, you may find out. Second, cancel culture is out of control. I'm not for or against it. I do like cancel culture. I do like the fact that somebody can just be ex-nayed because they done something. If you're a pedophile, you get ex-nayed. If you're a rapist, you get ex-nayed. See what I'm saying? If you're a fucking I'm kind of shifty with murders. Depends on the murder, right? You get ex-nayed. But um the other side of me, the human side of me, humanitarian side, which I'm trying to be more of, is saying that everybody makes mistakes. Okay, if it happened once, if you're not a repeat offender, if you're not I don't know, I can't even say that. I just say it because some people have been to jail and some people have gone and some people are very evil and I've seen some things happen to them and they've completely turned their life around. Okay, I've seen some people that are completely murderous intent, always fighting, being violent as hell all the time, and yet when a child is born, they turn into a complete teddy bear. You see what I'm saying? So with that statistic, I wouldn't like cancel culture. Okay, I would say that there is a rehabilitation phase that needs to happen before you cancel somebody. All right, I would say that if I'm accused of we'll take Cuomo for example, the governor in New York, who's accused of harassment, sexual harassment. Instead of canceling him, you can take him to a woman's uh, you can put him through a woman's course or something, woman's sensitivity course, or put him through a woman's against what is that? Mothers against drug? No, that's mothers against drug something. Women's against rape and something like that. You see what I'm saying? You can put him in that course for 2 months on pay or whatever and see how he gets through there. If he doesn't pass that course or he doesn't get through there, he's ex-nayed. You're officially an asshole. Does that make sense? There's procedures that need to be put in place before you completely ostracize somebody. That's what I think. That's what I think. Because everybody makes mistakes. We're all human. Okay? There needs to be procedures put in place. Yeah. Third, Biden finding an ambassador that's not his best friend. If it was me, honestly, if I was become president and I became president and people that backed me got me to be president, you'll get a job somewhere. All right. I don't know about foreign ambassadors. That's kind of a high profile. That's kind of a job that can mess up a lot of stuff. All right. I might give you an office job. I might keep you here on American soil and then send the people that are career like overseas because you know what you're doing here already. You've proved yourself here. So now I can send you overseas. You see what I'm saying? But if you're just a money dude who just paid and you know people, nah, you're going to stay here and you're going to handle economics. You're going to be in the economics department or you're going to handle environmental issues department. You see what I'm saying? And then we'll put you overseas when we put you overseas because overseas people are the ones that we have to keep happy because we get imports and exports from them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you do need to keep home country happy, right? But I'm just speaking in modern terms. If it was just us being a damn dictatorship and we didn't have to depend on international trade, then yeah, I would say, all right, well, shit, y'all can, you can go out in the international world and do whatever because we don't need these people. If you fuck up, we'll just take you back, or you die over there, or we'll just ship you back and we'll send someone else because we don't necessarily need them. But we do need them. All right. So the U.S. needs international other countries. We do business with them, big business. Okay. So when we send ambassadors over, these people need to be experienced. Make sense? All right. Look, we're just gonna end it with a little bit of relaxation, yo. All right. Inhale, exhale. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And relax. All right. Instrumental you hearing? It's DMX. Slipping. Okay? You know, slipping, falling, can't get up. It's a very powerful track. Very good song. Okay? If we got some issues in your life, got some things going on, suggest you listen to this. Alright? Peace, love, and use your head for more than a hat rack.